So let's dive into this part now. This is going to be literally a really important part with respect to the security, guys. Why it is so important? I'll just try to give you one small glimpse so that you can understand why the system hardening is really important for us. Because system hardening is all about, when we say system hardening, so system can be anything, guys. System can be anything. System can be server. System can be server. So in the server, you all know there are so many types of server we do have. So here into the system hardening, you will be learning about all the server. Either it's a web server, either it's a database server, either it's a DNS server, either it's a, mail server. Whatever types of server we do have, we will be able to protect once we'll come to know about the system hardening. In the system hardening deals with the server, along with there will be some other systems. System means computer system. Computer system. System means computer system. In computer system, it is made for some specific purpose, so you can call it its server. So these all are the server you can also protect by using system hardening. Along with that, some of other computer system, let's say if you need to protect printer, if you need to protect mobile devices, these all comes under the system hardening, guys. So right now we are going to start learning the system hardening. In the same, somewhat application hardening will be also coming. Somewhat I'll be discussing in the same. So what exactly we are going to learn and how this agenda is working, we will be discussing here. First of all, we'll see the principle of system hardening. How basically we are applying the principle of system hardening. What all are the strategy? What all are the principle that we are following to apply the security on system? And then we will be discussing about the baseline. Baseline is a factor here. Baseline is a factor. Basically, by using this factor, you will decide whether which systems are acceptable, which systems are not acceptable, right? So that we will be seeing in detail again. And how you are going to harden different types of system, guys, different type of systems, and what are the techniques that you are going to use to harden the system. And there are some tools that will be used here in the cloud that also will be learning. Means under the AWS, what are the tools that we are going to use to protect systems, that also we will be learning into the same. So when we talk about system hardening, guys, so again you can say it is the technique. System hardening is a technique. Guys, my voice is breaking again to everybody. Is it?
Somewhat, sir.
Somewhat.
Now am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I
Yes, sir.
audible, guys, to
But
you all?
now, sir. Yes, sir.
Perfect. So the next thing which we are going to see here under the system hardening is the introduction, you can say definition of it. So you can say system hardening is the practice. Is it breaking again?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, literally, whole day it won't happen. Once the class time will come, then the problem comes. This online is only the biggest threat for me now. Now can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Now it's clear.
Sorry. Audio level. I hope this will be coming perfectly now to everybody. Coming, guys?
Yes, sir.
All right. So when we talk about the system hardening, it is a method or a practice to make your system is strong, to make your system strong, stronger or strong with respect to security, so that nobody can break the security and enter into the system to hack or compromise it. So when we say system hardening, guys, so again it is the action of securing computing system to protect from attacks. So how can you do that basically? How can you do? What all are the method that has been given? So there are few basic example that has been given to you. Reduce the number of running services on the system. So if you are running, so many number of services on the system, you will be having, your system will get slow even. And the second thing will be coming like if you are running multiple services or application unwantedly in your system, so multiple processes, programs will be running in the background. So all the process programs generally they are using few ports of your system, and that port will get open, and that will be a chance for the attacker or hacker to compromise it out. And then there are some tools that you can use to harden your system, and you can secure computing with the goal of making them hack proof. So once you will maintain the security in your resource, so automatically your productivity of your resource will start increasing. So productivity is completely based on your security of your system. So when we talk about, guys, system hardening, it is the part of prevention, which was the first life cycle phase. The first life cycle, the life cycle first phase was prevention, and under the prevention, this is the third thing we are learning right now. First was perimeter layer, second was network layer, third is your system hardening layer. So this third layer we are going to protect now. We are going to protect the third layer. Under the third layer, if you see here, prevention is the first line of defense. We are learning into the prevention now only. We did not go to the detection, response and analysis. We are into prevention only. So once we are entering into the system hardening, before that we need to understand the concept of triple A, guys. Triple A is all about security concept. In the first A is all about your authentication, second A is authorization, and third A is nothing but accounting. So authentication means what, guys? Authentication means something you know, something you know, or something you have, something you know, something you have. By using that something which you know, like password, by something which you have like your biometric fingerprint, or you can say retina, eye retina. So these things will be your authentication agent, and what it will do, it will just keep in authentication, it will authenticate and it will keep only the valid user, and it will keep invalid users out of the database, network and resources. Keeping invalid user out of the database, network and out of your resources is nothing but authentication. Authentication is the method by using few authentication agent you have to prove that you are the valid user. And when we talk about the authorization, it will verify that you have permission to access the requested resource or not. Authorization means you have permission to access something. Let's say if we are having a file. So now whether there is an entity, there is a person A, whether A is having permission to access this file. So we can say yes, A is authorized user for this file. Like the same accounting basically means when how many number of time this user A is accessing this file, when he is trying to copy the file, download the file, delete the file, or some other user, if B is there, if he is not having permission, even he is trying. So you can see you are going to use the, or you are going to collect the uses and other information that is used for auditing and billing or some other purpose, that is nothing but accounting. So this is the three concept that we need to know before entering into the system hardening, guys. So if you are going into system hardening, so you all know before system hardening you should also have the physical security, and physical security is very necessary for your system hardening. You should restrict physical access to facilities wherever you are keeping your resources, either server or computer system. You should strictly restrict. Unwanted people should not go inside the cabin, or they should not go into the data center, or wherever you are placing your computer, they should not go to that facility. And design building against natural or man-made disaster. And whenever you are designing the building, again it should be reliable. It should be uh, based on if any kind of natural or man-made disaster is coming, so it should carry forward, means it should not get that much affected by this natural or man-made disaster. And your physical security will be the base of this principle, means the physical security will be the base of system hardening. Physical security is the base of system hardening. Means if you are going to harden the system, first of all your base should be stronger, means physical security should be there. So here you can see physical security of what you can do. You can do it of desktop, mobile phone, application and server. These all comes under the systems only. System hardening means with respect to security, you are going to make them very strong so that nobody can compromise and nobody can try to hack it. Now we are coming into the security baseline. This is really important, guys. Security baseline. Security baseline, or sometime we used to call the expected condition of the system. Expected condition of a system or security baseline, both are same. So what it will do, it will just provide a starting point for determining what and how to secure, and it is updated to reflect changes that are made on the system. It can relies on updated documentation about your system. So for example, let's say this is this line, this is the line, and this line we used to call it as a baseline. So if above this baseline, if you are getting system, these all are acceptable. If below this baseline, if you get any system, it is unacceptable. Unacceptable, guys. It is unacceptable. So the baseline is your expected condition. And let's say if you are purchasing a laptop, in the new laptop, and if you check out the screen of the laptop, and the screen of laptop is, let's say, flickering, or there is a problem in the screen of laptop, it is below the baseline. It means that it is unacceptable. If everything will be up to date as of our expectation, if it is working, then only it will go up to the baseline, and this is what your you will be able to accept that system. So in the acceptable system, you will be able to perform the all operations activity. Now we will talk about how to harden the system. If you need to harden any system, what you can do? The same thing is coming again. You can turn off all unnecessary services which are running. Unnecessary services it can be, or it can be unnecessary application or unnecessary software. These all you have to turn off whenever we are talking about hardening the system. It is telling control computer operation through group policy. You know, unwantedly we should not give permission. We should not give permission to our any operations which we are performing into the system, any operation or program. We should not give the access directly to this operation or program. We should give them access with respect to the group policy. Group policy means, let's say there are few user who are the member of this group. So as per this group there will be one group policy. So this group policy will be applied to each user of this group. So rather than giving permission directly to individuals, we can apply the permission to the group, and we need to verify this group policy, like how much access we are giving. And the last one, which is really important here, regularly we should apply patches and update. Because you know, sometime what happens, whenever we are getting any software application or operating system also, when the company is bringing the updated version, so there will be some reason to bring the updated version. Either the first reason will be innovation. So if it is of innovation, that is not the problem. But second one, if let's say there is any kind of glitch, or if there is some problem with respect to bug, or some problem is related to the backdoor, if so many issues are coming in the application OS or software, so this can be resolved either by applying the patches, or once after doing the update. Once you will do the update, it will start working perfectly. So let's say in the Linux operating system, in the Linux machine, if you list the processes, you can see there will be so many processes which will be running in background and foreground both. What you can do is you can deactivate unused services, or you can just prevent them from starting automatically at startup. So there are few application also in Windows. If I'll give you an example, in Windows, generally in Windows, let's say if you are using Microsoft Team, right? So this Microsoft Team, generally it is start when your system is startup. When your system is startup, at the same time Microsoft Team will get started. So we should avoid it. We should try to turn off those application, those services which are not in use, and then the patch is coming. This is what we are going to see in the lab guide, so please make sure you should able to understand this. Here we are talking about patching. What is the patching? Patching is, let's say you do have here application, or any system application. You do have system application, or you can say other application also you can keep. Means operating system or application, both we can see. OS plus application we can consider. Anything can be possible. Either separate, if you want to take the example of application, you can take separate example of OS you want to take, you can take, or both you can keep it here. Application and OS both are same. Now let's say this is your application. In this application there is some weakness at any point, weakness at any page, you can say any web page there is a weakness, or whenever you are designing it dynamically, so maybe just because of multiple APIs or feature, we are facing some weaknesses in our system, in our application. So to come out from that weaknesses, we can apply a patch. So what patch can do? Patch will fix the performance issues and feature issues, and you will be able to reduce the types of method that can infiltrate the system. And if you will apply the patch to your system where it is having weaknesses, then your system will be more reliable and secure. Coming to the update, guys, if any software are as a part of a collection of update, if it does required, then this will also help us in the updation of the software, right? So for example, let's say these all are the vendors, these all are the internet, let's say you can say, and this is your router, and from router the traffic will come to all these systems which are available at the workstations. Now this is having one problem, this is having another problem, this is having another problem, this is having another problem. So you can fix the problem one by one. This workstation problem you are fixing with the hot fixes. Here in this workstation you are applying the patches to fix out. Here in this application you are applying updates to fix out. Here in this workstation you are applying some of service packs to fix it out. So you can see there are separate systems we do have, and it is not necessary like separate systems should have separate problem. Maybe identical problem also sometime. So you should know how to resolve it. So either patch you will be using, or you will be using hot fixes, or you will update the system, or the last one was you will apply some of service packs. Here we will be seeing some types of system, some different types of systems that can be hardened, and it can be hardened with few recommendation, means few solutions that has been given. If you follow, you will be able to protect. So let's say we are talking about the client system. So if you need to protect the client system, you need to turn on the antivirus and firewall for the client machine. You will be running fewer applications, not all the applications you will be learning. And you will be applying the updates when the new updates are coming, or when the new version of the applications are coming, we need to update it. And we need to limit the removable media, means pen drive and all you should not use in your machine. And you have to control the downloads. You should not able to control all the files, all the type of file. You need to restrict terminal service also, so that we cannot connect it through the terminal. You can monitor the environment as well. So these all are the few points that can help us to harden our client machine. Like the same in the server also, we should restrict the physical access. We should use dedicated roles. Secure file system, you will be using encryption and PKI. You can use alert here. You can even update if update comes, and you will limit administrative access under the server. Like the same, you will be having so many different type of systems here. Let's say if you need to do software application hardening, then you will apply the patches to it. You will again use firewall here. You will use antivirus, malware, spyware. You will be using software based encryptions as well. And you will use CPU that will support the Intel software guard extension. Basically it will protect your CPU. And you can use a specific application that will help you into the cryptography. And this is your server hardening, guys. Under the server hardening, let's say either you are using FTP server or directory services server or DHCP server or DNS server or client or server, all has been added here one by one. So you will be able to come to know how to harden it. For example, let's say again if we talk about FTP server, so here we need to deactivate anonymous mode. Anonymous mode of this server is anonymously, nobody should download anything. Include no clear text means everything should be based on the encryption. Without encryption, there should not be anything. No clear text, everything should be into the cipher text after encryption. Use IP filtering, you should able to filter the IP address, whatever IP address should access the FTP, which should not access the FTP. Along with that, you should isolate folders. One folder should be separate from other folder. You can maintain the quotas also. You can apply the folder permissions. Like the same, you can see here there are so many points that has been given based on different server. If you are protecting the DHCP server, guys, dynamic host control protocol server, this server, as you all know, we are using to distribute the IP address to the systems dynamically. If you need to distribute the IP address to the system, you will be using DHCP server. So let's say this is your switch and you are connecting your multiple computers here. This is one computer, so many computers you have connected. Now you are not going to give the individual IP to each computer. What you will do, you will just use the DHCP server and you will distribute the IP address to all the systems. Once the IP address will distributed to all the systems, what you can do is, what all are the ports which are available here, this port we can activate here so that only the same PC can use that port. That comes under port security. You can monitor the DHCP server and you can isolate role, means the different roles should be there and each role should not conflict to other role. Each role should have different permissions, guys, right? In the same we do have MDM, which is mobile device management. So it is also one system or device which we should know how to provide the security in your MDM, mobile device management. And some of companies that permits, they are allowing bring your own device also. Bring your own device means if you are bringing up your own device you are using in the company, it means that there should be some AUP, there should be some acceptable use policies that you have to follow. Along with that, in the company generally MDM used to be there so that you will be able to protect the systems as well as your mobile phones also. Moving further, there are training and education also. If you are providing the training and education to the employees of your companies, definitely they will come to know how to protect the systems from different risk or different threat. Either it can be your social engineering or phishing attack. So training and education is again one part. So whenever we are getting the opportunity to get the training related to security, we should get it because it can help you in at any form. It can help you anytime, guys. Moving further, we should train employees on policies, then enforce that policy. Not only training on the policy, you should apply that also. And always, policy always come first. You can get management on board. You can enforce consequences for non-compliance and compliance. What will be the consequences if you will not follow the rule of company? Kind of penalty will be coming once you will be enforcing for a non-compliant, right? Or if you ignore the policy, or so there is some social engineering There is something related to social engineering that has been given. Social engineering is any attempt to circumvent administrative, technical, or physical control by conning individual. These all are the tasks that has been given. Let's say bad or lazy habits that break normal security procedure. So these all are the general terms that you can come to know once you are coming into the company. Once you are working in the company, people used to tell you before starting the job, or while if you are a new, people used to give you introduction on each policy one by one. Oh, you are a new one, you are new in this company. Okay, you know this policy, you know this, you cannot do that, these that. So many things come unwantedly. Even sometime you will not be happy, or you are not ready to listen about those things also, but people will speak. Perfect. Now we are coming into the AWS tools. So we are learning those tools of AWS, those security tools are services, tools are services which will help to harden the system, which will help us to harden the system. So the first one is AWS Trusted Advisor. Sorry. AWS Trusted Advisor is a recommendation service. It is the recommendation service, guys. It will recommend you. Let's say if you are using, if you are not using, better security solution, so automatically it will recommend you like you should use this, you should follow this kind of it. It will just give you suggestion or recommendation. Not only related to security, there are 5 different things used to be into the trusted advisor. It should be cost if cost efficiency and fault tolerance, and there it will be 5. Basically it will come. If you will just wait for a few minutes, it will be clear to you all. So for now, you just try to understand it is a recommendation service. If any kind of recommendation your resource needs, then trusted advisor will provide you the recommendation. Like this is what you have to use. Let's say pricing related I am talking about. Let's say you are hosting one application only. How many application? One application you are hosting on a EC2 instance, and you are using T3 small. Then this trusted advisor will give you one recommendation to not to use this T3 small, because you are getting more bills for it, or pricing of T3 small is more. Rather than using this, you can go with the T2 micro, because you are using one application. For one application, T2 micro is enough. Then that kind of recommendation I am talking about. So it will also recommend you related to the security. For example, one actual example I'm just giving you now here on the top. Let's say guys, you all know MFA, multi-factor authentication. You all know.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
multi-factor authentication, let's say let's talk about AWS account, AWS root account. So for what do we need for creating AWS root account? You need email and you need a password, and later on you can use a credit card and you can create one AWS account. So let's say you have created one AWS account, you know the email and password. So simply if you keep the email and password, easily you can log in. But sometime we think like if anybody will guess the password, they will be also login. So what we will do is we will bring the another factor. The password will be the first factor. The secondary factor here will be the multi-factor authentication application. You will be using some application, let's say Google Authenticator, or HCL is having their own authenticator, or so many companies having so many authenticator. You will be using any authenticator and you will set up first into the login. You will set up that into the login. How to set up? If you go to the account detail in your profile, then if you click on the profile, automatically what will come? Your trusted advisor, AWS trusted advisor, will give you one recommendation to enable MFA, on the root account. Once you enable, so next time once you will go to login, it will ask email. You will give the email, you will give the password, and after that it will ask the OTP, means one time password, which will share to your authenticator. So you will open this authenticator app and you will get the number, and this number you will keep here, then only you will be able to log in. Are you getting, guys? So this kind of recommendation means it will tell you turn on the multi-factor authentication on your root AWS root account. That kind of recommendation it will be giving us. Is it clear? Trusted advisor is clear, guys, to everybody?
Yes, sir.
The next one is Amazon GuardDuty. Amazon GuardDuty. See, this GuardDuty basically used to detect any kind of threat, detect any threat in your AWS account. If you are using AWS resources, so if any kind of threat will come, this Amazon GuardDuty will detect that threat. It is having such kind of solution. For example, when we say GuardDuty, so it will be having the definition first. It will be having some definition of the threat. So it will try to match and check it, and it will try to read the pattern also. Basically it is upgraded, guys. It is also using some machine learning technique to identify the threat in the AWS account. So GuardDuty is another solution that we can use to detect the threat under AWS account. Then we do have AWS Shield. So this shield generally we are using to protect from DDoS attack. If we do have distributed denial of service, means generally what happen, let's say this is your server, now on this server sudden so many people started sending some fake traffic to access this server. Some fake traffic, people started to access the server, kind of flooding will happen, and the actual person is sitting here and trying to get the data from this server. He is not able to get, but these people, because of these people are doing the DOS attack on it, right? So what will happen? This AWS Shield will protect from denial of service under the AWS resource. And the last one is AWS CloudTrail. CloudTrail basically we are using for auditing purpose. For example, if I tell you, let's say here there are 5 users. User 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5. And your root user is here, root user. This is the root user AWS account, and this root user has created so many user here. Let's say 5 user this root user has created. They all are able to access the AWS resources now. let's say you have created S3 bucket, S3 bucket 1, S3 bucket 2, EC2 instance you have created 1, EC2 instance you have created 2. And user 1 is good. He is a very gentleman. So he is doing his work. User 2 is also good. He is also gentleman. User 3 is also a gentleman. User 4 is idiot, you can say. He is idiot. Something came in his mind and he is thinking now to delete everything. Once this user will delete everything, then he will say to the root user or your admin that I did not delete anything. You ask with other because they are also using the same account, so they might have deleted it. Then this check admin will check what it will check. It will check the admin will do auditing. Admin will do audit means whatever events which are happening into AWS account, that will be stored under one S3 bucket. In that S3 bucket, access will be only with the root, and here in the S3 bucket every activity and event will be recorded as a logs in the JSON format. Now this person admin will come and admin will check this JSON file, and admin will come to know this user 4 has only deleted all this resource. Are you getting my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
As you can see, one by one, Amazon GuardDuty is threat intelligence tool, such as list of malicious IP addresses and domain, and it will also have machine learning technique to identify the malicious activity or malicious threat, you can say. It will just try to find out the threat. And moving further, if you see here, in the same, there are remaining other. Trusted advisor provides recommendation that will help you to follow the best practices. GuardDuty is intelligent threat detection service, and shield is used to protect against distributed denial of service. These all are the topic that we have covered so far. So as per this topic, the 4 service of AWS that has been introduced, which we will be learning in security in detail one more time, guys. Once it will be coming again, I'll just list it out. The first one we have seen, AWS Trusted Advisor. Second one was AWS GuardDuty. Third one is AWS CloudTrail. And fourth one was AWS Shield. So these all are the 4 services we have seen, and in future it will be coming one by one, so that we will be learning in detail. Is it clear, guys? Shall we move further to the lab now?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to start the lab number 277. Lab number 277, guys. Everybody please start the lab number 277. Lab number 277, guys. You all please start the lab number 277. Everyone, please start lab number 277. And honestly, please, guys, take it serious. We all have to do. See, these all are the people who has started the lab. Remaining of you all are not doing the lab. I can tell you your names. Sai Kumar is there, Harshvardhan Karne, Akila Mikala, Apeksha Jadhav. Only four of you have started the lab. Remaining you all, I don't know what you guys are doing, but again, this is not going to be the best practice with respect to this training. All right, so let's refresh and check it out. Okay, now we do have Sirisa here, Bhanu Prabhas, Geetika. All right, Uday Bhanu, Sai Vasudha. See, everything will be recorded through this, portal guide. So please make sure to do the lab as per, I'm following the lab. If you will do and submit, it will be completed at the same time. If you need to do the practice again, you can do it. Krishna Chaitanya, again he has started the lab. So 12 of you have started the lab. Charan, again Charan has started. Okay. See, some of you are thinking like if I will do this lab in future, or I'll follow by my own. So you cannot, because the steps will be different, and the steps which has been given in this lab will not work for this lab. The steps has been given into this lab will not work, guys. Okay, perfect. So let's start the lab now. 277. I'll also come into the same view and I'll start this lab. So this lab is all about system hardening, and in the system hardening we will apply the patch to the operating system. To the operating system we'll apply some patches by using the AWS system manager. So system manager is a service. Inside the system manager service there is another agent you can call, so that is patch manager. In that patch manager will apply the patches. Patch manager will apply the patches. See, basically what exactly the patch is. See, technically if you will start learning this, your doubt will be clear. See guys, there is something called run command. There is something called run command. So what this run command will do? This run command, basically it is also the part of system manager only. It is also the part of system manager only. And by using run command, you can remotely and securely manage the configuration of your managed node. Now you will be thinking like what it is, what type of run command it is, how we are going to do this. So I'll tell you very basic things, guys. By using that you can easily interrelate. Meanwhile the lab will get started. The prevention system hardening and then prevention data security. I'll use this page here. See, guys, you know the Linux command. Most of the Linux command we know, right? Linux command. Okay, you all know Linux command.
Yes, sir.
And you know the script also.
Yes, sir.
So script is a document where we do write some of commands, some commands we do write here, and some of programs we used to write here. Some of commands and programs we do write. So we can say script is a document. It is a collection of commands and programs. That's it. That we write into the Linux. When it comes to the Windows, so in Windows we do have PowerShell, guys. And under the PowerShell also you can keep the same commands and programs. Commands and programs. So overall, by using this commands and program, what we are getting this document further, these all are the different OS, but out of it we are getting something called a script, right? And this script you have to run. Once you are running this script where some commands and programs are there, then you can also call it run command. And what this AWS system manager is doing here by seeing the run command, by saying the run command, system manager will just run some of commands or some of script for your resource. It can be your OS or application. It can be anything. Let's say for now it is OS. So for this OS, the system manager will run some of commands, some of programs, so that if any kind of weaknesses is there, if any kind of weakness is here, so this weakness can be fulfilled after running this command. Let's say by default, by mistake, or just because of anything, there are some port of this system. There are some port. Let's say these all are the number of port 183.148.121. These all are the three port I am using of this system. Once I am turning on this operating system at the same time, these ports are getting on by default. But when I am turning them, the other port which are in use, which I am using, other usable port are getting down also when I am turning them, just because of any glitch, just because of any other problem. So to fix it out, what you will do is you will write some script. You will write some script, and that script will be run by this system manager for your operating system. Why this system manager is running? Because system manager will run for 1, system manager can run for 10, it can run for 100, it can run for 1000, 10,000, 1 lakh PC at a time it can run, right? That's why we are using the system manager. I hope you got the clarity. What is run command, what is patch, how we are going to apply. Everything is clear now to everybody?
Yes, sir.
So let's get into this lab once. Let's click on AWS. Before entering into the AWS, you should know about basic things related to the AWS system manager. Okay. So let's see, guys, if you click on this all services and if you scroll it down here in the AWS service categories, we will get the service called management and governance. Unwantedly, I was shouting. Okay. Management and governance. We will click on management and governance. Am I audible to you all, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now, once after clicking on it, we will find out here AWS System Manager. This is System Manager. See, System Manager will come under the AWS Management and Governance. Either you can search like this, or you can directly click here and you can write System Manager. You can search it out by using that also. Okay. So this is your AWS System Manager. Now under this, the System Manager will help you to manage and operate the AWS resource node are on-premises node also. But what do we have on the left menu, guys? There are so many things that has been given to into the left menu. Basically, it works on the four particular areas that you need to understand. The first area is node tool. Node tool means what all are the components we are using. So how we are going to manage all those components, compliance, distributors, fleet, all these things related to node, and then change management, and then application, and then operation tools. Basically four areas, four operation techniques that has been given here to manage the AWS resources here. So for example, when we talk about patch manager, so you can see in the node tools itself, the patch manager is there. We have gone through the inventory. We have gone through the inventory. In inventory, we had the collection of, where we have to apply the security related measures. So in the prevention technique, there were three technique, if you can remember. The first one was your how to assess the asset. Let's say if you do have a very big asset, so how you will filter the assets which you have to protect, and then after filtering the assets, then you will be checking out the vulnerability. Once after checking out the vulnerability, you will apply the countermeasures or measure. So these all are the three tasks that we are doing into the prevention. Whenever we are coming into the what do we say, system manager, we will be doing the same. First of all, we will try to filter how many systems we are going to protect, and in those systems we'll find out the vulnerabilities and we'll try to apply the measures on those systems. So let's say there are few machines that has been created here for us. So now I'll bring you into the EC2, and there are few machines that has been created here. You can see 6 machines has been created. 3 machine is of Windows and 3 machine is of Linux. 3 machine is of Windows and 3 machines are of Linux. Now now collectively you can work. There are few tag that has been added. So if you need to check the tag here for these machines, because collectively you have to work on all the machines, so you need to know about the tags here. So for example, if I'm checking the Windows machine, and what all are the names that has been given here, tag, you see here it is Windows 1, and Windows 1 only tag has been given. For Linux 1, the tag is Linux prod. Patch group has been given Linux prod. So there is one more name has been given here as a Linux prod. Like the same, we can also keep name for Windows as a patch group Windows. So all the Windows machine will come in that group, right? So that is the method of collecting the resources for identical name or identical group, right? So these all are the resources. Now these 6 computers we do have. If you go back to the system manager, under the system manager, if you go back to the fleet manager, you will be able to get all the nodes. Our node management you can go, our inventory you can go, you will be getting all these managed nodes. These all are the 6 machines that we are getting here. These all are our machines. These all are the nodes. We used to call it nodes here. And if we need to get entire details about this node, we can select one node from here and we can click on node action, and then we can just click on node overview. So this will give the entire details of this node, either the general details of the machine along with the tag details of it, and then inventory. If you will do the inventory, then you will come to know about applications, which are application there into the machine, what all are the files which we have in the machine. Everything you will be able to get it under the inventory. Associations you will be able to check it, and after that we are getting the patches. So right now there is no patches. Right now there is no patches. So basically under the fleet manager we are able to get the nodes. We are able to get all the nodes where we have to apply the patches. Now if you go back again to the system manager, and if you find out the patch manager, here, so by using the patch manager only you will apply the patches to the those operating system or those systems which we do have here, right? So here create patch policy, or you can just click here on start with an overview. So we will click on start with an overview, and here we are getting our nodes, right? These all are the node patching details. These all are the systems where we can apply the patches, so guys, what all are the patches we do have, where to find out? So once you will come under the patch manager, here you are able to see the node patching, how many number of node you have, and you can apply the patches. So there are 6 which are coming under the compliance reporting. Left side we do have dashboard. If we click on the dashboard, it will give us the dashboard details of entire operations related to these nodes, and this is the patch baseline. So you can say these patch baselines are pre-created. These all are pre-created, and if you go to each patch, you will be getting the same program in commands, Now how to understand which particular patch is doing what type of work? So first of all, you will check it based on the operating system. So this is Alma Linux, Amazon Linux, CentOS, Debian, Mac OS, Oracle Linux, Raspberry Pi OS. Based on the OS, there are 17 default patch baseline has been given to you. These all are the different patch baseline that has been given to us. For Windows, it is given here. Now it is related to what, guys? What is the patch all about? What is the baseline? Means this baseline will check what type of eligibility, you can say. Let's say we will be talking about the Windows. So this will approves all Windows Server operating systems patches that are classified as a critical updates or security updates, and that have an MSRC severity of critical or important. Patches are auto approved for 7 days after release. So what is the meaning of it? So if you will apply this patch, then what it will do? It will just attach to your operating system, and after that it will just try to check some critical updates or security updates or some other stuff which has been added here of your operating system. If it is not there, it will install, it will bring up to that level, and after that you can remove this patch. Because if the problem, if you remove, so you can remove the patch, or you can leave it as it is. But this approach will help you to check the Windows updates, security updates, in some of critical updates. So that's so simple, right? If you need to apply this, and if you go to the patches here, there will be so many patches based on again different operating system. In applications, here you will be getting so many predefined patches will be available, right? So many patches are available. So now as per this lab, what we are going to do? So here in this lab, if you see, it is telling us to set up AWS Amazon Linux default patch baseline. So let's copy this patch baseline once. This is the name which I'm using, guys, and let's say I have copied the name, right? Either I can search here, either I can search here, or else you can see this is coming up here. You can select this and you can click on patch now. You can paste here and you can click on patch now. What it is doing, default patch baseline for Amazon Linux 2 provided by AWS. And if you need to know exactly what it is going to do, so this baseline ID means this patch you will open, right click open, you will open here, this patch will get open. And patch exceptions, patch source, where is what it is going to fix, product classification, one is security and second is bug fix. So this patch is used for security purpose, whether it's a critical severity or important, and it is used for bug fixing. These all are the two purpose of it, right? So if I need to patch it now, I just click on patch now, and what you will do, you will scan and then you will install, or you can just only you want to scan and match whether it is there or not. So we will just try to scan and install, and it is telling patch all instances are only targeted instances. So here if you select patch only the targeted instances, then now you will specify your instance by using the tag. Let's say tag is Linux prod. It was Linux prod only, or let's choose manually we will select once, it will come up. So let's say we will be selecting one machine of Linux 1. So now we are going to apply this patch to this one instance of Linux only, and we will click on patch now. So here what it will do, it will scan and it will install. So you will be getting a chart here which will show you the scan has been completed. So if you need to run a complete script, if you need to run a complete script, or if you need to run some update, you will be using the patch manager only. Here in AWS I'm talking about. See, has been executed guys, succeeded, instance count 1%, 100%. Now we have applied the patches. It means that there is no problem right now in the operating system related to the updates related to the security to this machine, which is the first machine, right, which was the first machine. So here if I'll bring you again to the patch manager and the desktop, means the dashboard, the same graph will come up there. So this is how you will apply the patches, and somewhat more details you will be able to get. Let's say you can create your own custom patch baseline, your own patch baseline you can create related to Windows security update, and you can check it out with the Windows machine, right? This also we can do. Let's do it also. Let me check the dashboard and after that we will do it, right? So see, it is coming on the dashboard, 100% it is compliance now. So you will be able to use it perfectly, right? You will
Sir,
be able to use this machine perfectly. Yes, please.
sir, can you show it once again, sir? Like I am not getting that option in
Okay.
Patch
Okay.
Manager. How to patch, sir?
See, are you getting patch manager?
Yes, sir, I am getting it.
In the patch manager, you just go back to patch baseline, the third
Yes, sir.
option. You
Okay, sir.
click on the baseline. In
Yes, sir.
for baseline there are 17 patches that has been given, right?
Yes, sir.
which will ensure whether you are going to accept a machine or not, whether you want to use this Linux one machine or not. For that, there is one pre-created, basically it is available in AWS, and what you can do is you can check whether we can use this Linux one machine or not with respect to the security. So here you will search one patch. The patch name is Amazon Linux 2 default patch baseline. If you go back to this document, here it has been added here. If you need,
Yes,
I
sir.
can send you in the chat box also.
Yes, sir. I've copied it and pasted it, sir. I got it, that one.
Yeah. So it will come up there, and once it will come, then you can select that and you can click on patch now. You can select here the same one. Let's say this is, I'll just search and I'll select it, and then I'll click on patch now. If I
Okay,
click
sir.
on patch now, then to which system we need to patch, and you need to only scan or you need to install also. So we can keep scan and install. So it will scan, and after that, if the patches are not there, it will install, and after that you can reboot if you want, or you can leave it as it is. And where you want to patch, so you can choose your instance manually, or you can choose it by the tag. Let's say Linux prod something tag is there, I did not see the tag, but you can choose manually. Let's say Linux 2, I'm going to check it and I'll patch it. It will just patch the Linux 2 machine also. So this is
Okay, sir.
just giving us whether we will be able to use these machines or not, because as per the severity level, as per the security reason, they are up to the mark or not, they are we should accept this machine or not, they are above the baseline or they are below the baseline. So this is what this patch will check it. They are above the baseline 100%, they are available, you will be able to use without any security reason.
Sir, like I have a doubt, sir. It is same like what we get in the Windows update, right?
In Windows Update, you can
Like
say,
like
yeah, yeah,
comparing
yeah.
like that, sir. What I'm comparing is like if we were using in the Windows day to day life, if we get some update, we will update the system like that only, or this is different from that.
See, it's all about, let's say in internal in production, what happens generally, if you do have a production machines, let's say, see the scenario here.
Okay,
Uh,
sir.
let's see, this is the production, right? In production, there are 100 computers or more than 100 computers. Everybody is working on few projects and they are not connected with the internet, or even though if they are, some of them are connected to the internet, they can update, but some of them are not connected with the internet. And still, there are some problems which are coming into this OSs. Then there are few application also you are using on these systems, right? So if you need to do it uh, 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 s- uh, you know uh, collectively, if you need to do with all the system,
Okay,
then
sir.
you will use the system manager. If you are saying Windows, if we are doing the Windows update, it is just as the same. If you are updating a Windows machine, if any new update is coming, it is updating. How it is updating? Because auto update option has been enabled for it, right?
Okay, sir. Okay.
So it will update automatically. But for this system, let's suppose some of them are not auto updated, so they will not get updated. Some of they are auto updated, so if they will get the internet, they will get updated. But the if you are working into operation, so you will not take the responsibility of one system, you have to take the responsibility of entire system, right?
Yes, sir.
So in entire systems, if you need to check, if you need to check whether all the systems are up to the mark or not, so we are not supposed to check it one by one, right? What we will do is we will apply the patch baseline, we will apply a patch baseline, and we will apply this patch baseline on all the instances, all the computer, and we
Okay.
can apply and we can check it which one is going below the baseline, which one is going above the baseline. Whatever the systems which are above the baseline, that we can use, and which are going below the baseline, that we can remove or delete.
So, like, what is exactly a baseline, sir? Like, it is in like a remark or what?
Patch, you are telling patch.
No, no, baseline, sir. You told baseline. We will compare.
Baseline, see, baseline is all about, let's say, when I say uh, this is a line, you can say, yes, Deepak,
Sir, patches are something like automating whatever we do manually, like yum update, check update, and all. These are the patches in AWS manager, right?
correct. See, patches and baseline, there are two terms that we need to understand now. So first I'll talk about the patches. Patches is nothing but it is just as a script. This is the script. See, there is a run command. In run command, you will be writing the script only. And this script, whatever we are having this script, you will be running this script by using this run command. By using this run command. Now you think if you are having 100 computer, right? 100 virtual machine or computer, you can say, you want to install identical application in all the computers you need to install the identical computer. How many solutions you do have? The first solution, you can create the image. Once you will create one image, you can deploy all the 100 computers. That is perfect. Next, let's suppose you need somewhat more application. One more application you want now in 50 computers only. Now you are not going to change the image, because if you will change the image, all the 100 computers image will get changed. Then you will select only those 50 computers, and what all are the application you need to install. Let's say if you need to install database in this 50, then you can just write the command here into the run command. You will write install yum install mariadb. This is the command you will write, and somewhat more commands you will write, and you will use these commands you will use as a patch, and you will attach it to this 50 machine, and then AWS system manager will automate or manually, if you run this, then what will happen, these entire things will get installed into these 50 machines. I hope the patch is clear now. Patch is clear.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The second is your baseline. So let's see, when we say baseline, so this is not a fixed baseline. This is not fixed. It is not fixed. Okay, let's say Deepak is coming and Deepak is asking, Deepak is working as a operation engineer here, operation engineer admin. He is working as operation admin. Now Deepak said there are 100 PC. Out of this 100 PC, I want that everyone should have the database software or database solution database solution or software. Then the operation engineer, there is one person who is working as operation engineer. Now this person will take this responsibility, because he needs to give this 100 systems where the database solution should be there. In almost all the system, database solution should be there, right? Who gave this? Admin has given, like, these all are my requirement. So now what will be the baseline? Your baseline will become this database solution. So if you will run the same patch, now you will run the patch to check it whether how many out of 100, out of 50, let's say out of 100 we have selected 50 only, and out of 50, if you have added the patch and the patch has been installed in 48 computers, 2 did not install. So if you check the patch baseline, this 48 will come above, 2 will come down. So these 2 are not acceptable. These 48 are acceptable because they do have the database solution. Are you getting my point now? Baseline.
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
Got it? So basically, as per your need, you can change it out like this is my requirement. So here, if the requirement is of database solution, so for 100 PC, first time you applied the patches here to 100 PC out of 100. Let's say it has moved only for 90 PC has successfully applied that patches. In 10 PC, they did not apply the patches. So how will you check it whether 10 did not apply the patches? So next time you will scan it only to find out whether the baseline is matching or not. So you will apply and you will check. 90 will pass, 10 will fail, 10 you will delete, 10 for 10 you will be doing either or individual, you will try to check it what is the issue, and you can try running the patch again. Next time you will get, let's say you resolve this 10 PC, you got 9 more, so only one is left out. So you can check it personally also. You can sit on that PC and you can check what exactly the problem is. But moreover, in majority, you will be able to complete your task through the automation only by following this strategy. Got it? Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So even though by using the same concept, if I tell you, let's deploy a website. Deploy a website. So what you will do? You will create a machine as a server. Let's say this is your server, EC2 server. You will create the machine. I'm not saying you to connect the machine. Are you getting my point? You create the machine. While creating the machine, you can deploy your website. Wow, how you will do this? So in your run command, you will
Yes,
write
sir.
the script, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
In
sir.
run command.
In run command, we will write the script, and this script will be running while creating the EC2 instance itself. Once the machine will get ready, your website will get deployed that time. So want to check this, want to do this, because this will take time. Neither I can show you now itself. If you want, I can show you. I can stop other stuff now and we can go ahead with this thing. Or in future it will come. It's not a big deal. I guess you got the point what I was trying to explain,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Got
So it will come in future. I'll tell you how to deploy it in within few minutes you can deploy. That's not the big deal. Moving further in the same, if you need to create your own custom patch, guys, custom patch means our own patch. Our own patch. As you can see, it is telling create a custom patch baseline for Windows machine. So here you have to go with the patch manager and you have to create the patch baseline. Let's say this is the patch manager, and in the patch manager now we are going to create our own patches. Patch baseline, and here you can see create patch baseline is coming. 17 is already there, that has been given by default. We are going to create our own, create patch baseline, and here you'll give the name. Let's say I'll give the same name which has been given into this document. So I'll give Windows Server Security Update. So what it will do, it will just check Windows Server Security Update. How it will check, I'll tell you. Just this is the name, and Windows Security Baseline Patch, that is the description of it. In the OS we are keeping Windows. OS is your Windows. OS will be your Windows only, and leave the checkbox of default patch baseline. So we are not using the default patch baseline. If you want to use, you can use it, but we are not using. Now what we want to check with respect to the security, with respect to this operating system. So first of all, you are making this for which operating system server. So you are telling you are making it for Windows Server 2019. Okay, Let's say we are making for Windows Server 2019. This is my server for which I am making. Now I'm telling what is the severity. What is the severity? Severity means the critical. So these option indicates the severity value of the patches that the rule apply to. It means that it will ensure that all the service packs are included by the rule. You will be checking critical means, it can be the critical updates. Here you keep critical ones, critical update. In severity we can keep here critical as well. Severity for this one we are just keeping critical severity. Security update. In auto approval you can keep it here 3 days. Within these 3 days this patch should get auto approved. Compliance reporting we can keep critical again. Compliance reporting was critical only. So if anything in your security related updates, if anything is critical, then it will apply the critical related patches. It will apply the critical related patches, or we will be able to scan and we can find out those systems where these patches are applied, or where we can apply these patches and we can come to know this is having some critical issues, right?
Yes,
And
sir.
this is one, and you can add one more rule. Here again you can select Windows Server 2019 and classification. Again this time it is telling us to select important, and remaining thing same here. Here we'll go and we'll keep important. Security server classification is, what is the classification guys here? Severity is important, classification is
Security updates.
security updates only. So see, this is all about security updates. We are just doing this patch to do the security updates, nothing else. Whatever security updates will be, it will do, right? And here compliance reporting we will keep high, and again 3 days will keep. And I think this is what we have to do. We will create the patch baseline. So it is 18 now. It is 18 which we have created. Default baseline, yes. Where is R1? We'll go to this. I think this is R1. No, our description was very small. This one is, I guess, yeah, this one. This is our patch, right? So now if you need to check the security update, you can just apply this to the Windows machine. That is the same, we can do it, right? So what we can do more here, you can select the same here, and you can just click on patch now, and you can scan and install. You can select your instance, which is your Windows instance, Windows 1, and simply you can just patch now. So what it will do, it will just install the security related updates to this Windows machine. And this is there in this lab guys, and if you verify, it will just come as a it will give you the output on the dashboard here. This is for last, this is for 2, instance count 2, it is again of last. See, this is your Non-patch policy based operation. It is in progress. This has been installed both. And here if you click on install, you will be able to get the code, I guess. This is what the output we are getting. See, this is how it is working, guys, as you can see. Preparing to download the patch baseline. So from here, downloading patch baseline, PowerShell. By using PowerShell, few commands are running inside, and after that we are successfully downloaded this and we have installed, and operation is installed. This is what internally it is happening. Okay, done, guys.
Yes, sir.
So one lab I'll show you with the real-time problems. I'll show you one day. But for that, we need our own account. Here, the security issues will be coming. So I'll try to show you the system manager lab once again in other AWS
Should I
account.
submit, sir?
Yeah, we can submit it now. We can submit it now.
Sir, will it come under shared responsibility model, sir? Shared responsibility model.
Okay.
This one. Like what I'm thinking is like in shared responsibility model, AWS used to patch the servers, right, sir? They only they will only auto update the to the higher versions. It is also like security update.
I thought they will do in a SaaS and PaaS. They will not do in infrastructure as a service model.
Okay.
See, there is something called managed and unmanaged. If it is managed, who will do? AWS will do. If it is
AWS will do.
unmanaged, user has to do.
User has to do. Okay, sir.
And if it is serverless, it means AWS will be complete AWS responsibility.
Okay, sir. Okay, got it, sir.
So the next topic which we are going to see here is encryption. Okay. So before encryption, we need to understand about AWS CLI. Okay, let's start, guys. The next part of it, we will be talking about AWS CLI in detail. AWS CLI. What is AWS CLI? It is a command line interface. So guys, as we are using the Linux, mostly Linux, we are using commands and we are performing the work, correct? Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So generally in the Linux machine, we do run the command and after that we do complete our work.
Sir, hello.
Yes.
Okay, how many portion are we gonna ask in a CLI in the examination?
Whatever we are learning, very few
In CLI,
questions used to be from CLI. One or two commands will be coming from the CLI. Generally one or two basically it comes, not more than that.
okay.
But two question, when I say it is two question means how much mark? 40 marks. Okay. So let's try to understand one thing, guys. Yes. Yes. Perfect.
Each question ask for 40 marks.
Each question will be of 20 marks. 20 marks multiply by how many number of question will be 50. Total is 1000 and passing mark is 700. From that 1000 is passing mark, and it means that 35 questions should be correct. 35. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And 100 means 35 should be correct. Neither it, if it will come 699, even you will get fail. Okay. So let's talk about AWS command line interface. Why we are bringing AWS CLI now? Just because there are few tasks that we are going to perform by using this AWS CLI itself. Now, when we say how many ways are there to access AWS, how many ways are there to access AWS? So if you need to access AWS through GUI method, that time we are using console, AWS console. Before, whatever we were using in AWS, it was console only. The dashboard we were opening, we were clicking on services, we were opening the service, we were creating the resource. But there is a problem in console. It is a time taking procedure. It is time taking procedure, a time taking method of accessing the AWS. Now some of you will be thinking, is it taking time? Yeah, of course it is taking time while creating the resource, while moving from one service to another service, one page to another page. Click here, go there. After clicking here, you have to go there and you have to check the things like that. So many things you have to do basically under GUI, but everything will be visible, so you can click and you can perform the work. Second solution is CLI. CLI stands for command line interface, and it is a software, or you can say tool of AWS. CLI, right? It is a software or a tool to manage AWS services. What you can do is you can download this software, you can configure, and you can manage it. Means you will be able to give the command and you will be able to create the resource. For example, let's say you want to create a bucket, S3 bucket. S3 bucket you want to create. Now you have to just go into S3, and then you have to click on create bucket, and then you have to fill all the info one by one, and then you have to create the bucket. Here in short also you can create MB AWS S3 MB. AWS S3 make bucket. You will be able to give the name and you can create the bucket. Like the same, if you need to create the EC2 instance, create will not work, run will work. So you will be creating the EC2 instance, or let's say if you need to create the VPC. So you will just write AWS EC2 create -VPC, and then CIDR block you will give, you will create the VPC. So the first reason of using AWS command line interface is it is faster than the console. It is faster than the console. That is the first reason. And the second reason, in generally in any place, if you consider what do we say, let's say in GUI, if you do compare with the CLI any place, so if you need to see the real time traffic, let's say if you want to see a real time data delivery, if you want to see data delivery or traffic, so here in GUI you have to use some third party tool to check it out, but in the CLI you can directly check those traffic as well. You can check the traffic, you can check the how the data is moving, everything you can do into the CLI. The real time data transfer you can check into the CLI. In GUI you need some solution for it. Are you getting my point, guys?
Yes, sir.
And sometime, you know, accessing let's say if you need to, if you are working for encryption, you do have a data folder or file, you can just write here encrypt with the AWS this command and encrypt this data, it will encrypt. If you need to decrypt, just write decrypt this and it will decrypt. Why to do so many things there, right? But again, you know, again we should know how to use the CLI. So I'll just tell you few things that you have to remember. The point number one is what exactly is CLI? CLI is the command line interface. It is a tool. By using this tool, you will be able to access AWS services. You will be able to create the resource. You can download it from the AWS website itself, and by using it, you will be able to run few script also that we will be seeing up into future. Now, how to start? How to start? So, for example, if you are creating one AWS account, let's say here you have created one AWS account. So AWS recommend you to not use root account. AWS account. An AWS account means root account here, but AWS says do not use root account. AWS says just create one AWS IAM user and use this account. Use this account. If this user need any permission, just log in from root, assign this permission, assign permission to this user, and then again log out from here and again start using the IAM user, right? So AWS recommend to use IAM user. So what happened once you will create by becoming a root user, if you create one IAM user, this IAM user you will be learning in detail in the next session, next class. So once you create one IAM user, while creating the IAM user, you will assign one username and password to this user. Username and password to this user while creating this IAM user. Parallelly, two more things will get created that we can call AWS access ID and secret key. So you can compare. Let's suppose if you are using console, then you have to use username and password. And then if you are using CLI, let's suppose if you are using CLI, then your username will be your AWS access ID and password will be your secret access key. Password will be your secret access key. Are you getting my point, guys? Once you will create the IAM user, at the same time the secret access ID and secret access key you can also create. Okay, is it okay, guys? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Hello, hello, हेलो हेलो हेलो, कहाँ घर पे हो? पहुंच गई? अच्छा, मैं खत्म करके फोन करता हूँ 10 मिनट में। 10 मिनट लगे? अरे 5 बजे का है, कितना पहले खत्म कर? 4:45 खत्म करूंगा, ठीक है? खत्म करके कॉल करता हूँ वीडियो पे। So guys, let's continue now. So what I was telling you, if you are creating one IAM user, with the IAM user we are creating username and password that we can use with the AWS console. Parallelly, the access ID plus secret access key will be created that we will be using with the CLI. Now AWS has been given you some option whether you want to create the IAM user for console purpose or you want to create IAM user for CLI purpose. If you will assign that, you will get the credential as per your requirement. Now once you will get this what do we say credential, then you have to log in into the AWS account. You have to log in into AWS account. So first you have created the user. Once you will create the user, step number 1, you will get what you will get: access key, access ID, let's write access ID plus secret access key, secret access key, secret access key, secret access key. This both you will get once you will create the IAM user. Okay, this is what you will get. Now you do have username and password, you can say. Second thing, you have to download AWS CLI. This you have to download as a tool in your PC. Now AWS offers AWS CLI for Windows also you can download, for Linux, for Mac OS also you can download AWS CLI. Once you will download, then you will install it, right? You will install it. Once you will install, then it will be opening as a, it will get open as your CMD command prompt as we are opening, like the same it will also open. It will also open, right? Once you will install, once you will install it directly, if you will open command prompt and if you will give the some command of AWS, it will start working, nothing big. And now what is the first command that we are going to give here to connect? So let's suppose you have downloaded and you have given the command. So how to download? We can just simply write here, we can just write here, my screen is visible to everyone?
Sir.
AWS CLI download. Okay, so the first option is coming, AWS CLI download. And for Windows, for Mac OS, for Linux, we can click on Windows, and these all are the options. You can download from any place. What should I do now? Here we click, right? Download and run the AWS CLI MSI installer. I'll just click here. It will get downloaded here into my PC. You can see it is downloading now. Okay. Once it will get downloaded, we'll just double click on it and we will run it. Next, accept, next, install. So it is installing. If you need to check whether AWS CLI has been installed in your computer or not, so it is telling us few commands here. Let's say you can run the AWS help, or you can run AWS with some service and help, and you can just keep some operation and help. So you can write some commands here to get the help. So once it will get installed, it is about to complete now. Let's wait for a few more seconds, and then one or two command I'll show you, and after that we will start tomorrow, and we will be performing some of new labs tomorrow by using AWS CLI. Done. It has been installed, right? Now if you need to check it, let's start command prompt cmd. It has been open now, and what we have to do is we have to just write here AWS, and if you need to check the version of it, AWS space hyphen version. If you are running this command and if it is giving you this output, the version detail of it, it means that AWS CLI has been installed here. Got it, guys? You can write here AWS help as well to check it whether it has been installed or not. So you can see it is giving us few details about the help, right? So we will be able to check it out later on. Okay, so now how to log in? How to log in, guys? So I'll show you directly here how to log in. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we will try to bring into the practice first to check whether if we need to check, the first point is if we need to check 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 CLI is working or not. So for that we can give the command call AWS hyphen version. Correct? This is the first point. And point number 2 here is, are you able to see my screen, guys? What I'm writing, it's visible.
Yes.
So point number 2 is, if we need to connect now, if you need to connect or login, we can call it login. Rather than saying connect, we can say login. If you need to log in as IAM user, then you do require 4 things. What you do required? First thing, it will ask access ID. It will ask access ID of that user. Second, it will ask secret access key, which is the password. Third, it will ask in which region you want to work. And fourth, it will ask your output. You want to see your output in JSON, you want to see, or you want to see in table, or you want to see in plain text. You will be able to add here the output. So generally by default it used to be JSON. We used to keep the same. So these all are the 4 info it does required. And now what will be the command? Command will be AWS space configure. AWS space configure. If you keep this command, first of all it will ask access ID. You will give the access ID, again enter. Then it will ask secret access key, again give the secret access key and enter. And then region, you have to give the region in this format like US West, US East, Asia Pacific, like that we have to write the region. And then output in text JSON or text or table you can just write here. So if you see here, if I open CMD again, CMD is visible to everybody, command prompt?
Yes, sir.
So I'm writing the command here, let's say AWS space configure. Okay, if I let enter, What it is asking, access key ID. So let's say I do have some access key ID here. I'm just writing like this unwantedly. I don't have, I did not create it. Just I'm just showing you for this step purpose. I'll hit enter. Now again I'll just go back to write the secret access key. So it will be working as a password here, right? In
Yes,
enter.
sir.
Then it is asking region name, so you can just write US East or
Yes.
US West, wherever you will be having permission. You will be writing in the small letter US West, right? And what is the output?
Yes.
Default output, you can say table or whatever you can write here. Table or JSON, generally we are writing JSON. Enter. So it did not log in. It did not log in. If it will log in, it will take few seconds, and after that it will come, and later on you will be able to give the command. As let's say if you need to see your bucket, you can just write AWS S3 LS. It will list the bucket. So right now we did not connect, so you can see here it is saying could not connect to endpoint this. So if you will connect, then you will be able to list your bucket here. You can perform your all the activity over here. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
from tomorrow onwards, we will be logging into the CLI and we will be performing some work, right? So we will be working tomorrow on the data security. We will be working on what do we say, encryption and decryptions, and somewhat more things will be coming there. We'll be discussing in detail, and we'll do the lab also. So tomorrow session is going to be very much interesting, guys. As per the encryption decryption, we will be doing it manually by our own hand, and we will try to learn somewhat more things. All right then.